Welcome back inside Place Bell for the Montreal Victoire's third home opener in team history, this time hosting the New York Sirens. Poulin, their former teammate Kristen O'Neill, center ice, and the Sirens get the first touch. Christina Keltenkova thought she could take it into the zone. Sent right back, and a quick cover by Osborne. Well, between Poulin and Rock, that's a quick one by Gosling, but between Poulin and Rock, you got the top two face-off leaders last season. When you just look at the volume as well, Becky, of how many face-offs Poulin took, it was really impressive. A bit of a not-so-friendly bump there on O'Neill. No love lost. Poulin! Right into the glove of Osborne. Poulin, by the way, sitting on 29 career goals, looking for her 30th. Another face-off just to the right of Osborne. Norm Bernard trying to take it away for the Sirens. Bernard, a player head coach Greg Fargo says has really elevated over the offseason. He's pleased with her performance through one game. Quick little feed to Poulin. It's kicked aside. Maureen Murphy out there with Cheyenne Darkangelo, former Ottawa Charge player. She wreaked some havoc against Montreal in the playoffs. Now Katie Taven takes a shot, kicked out in the slot this time. The Sirens, Sarah Fillier, newly named alternate captain. Fillier comes in off the pad of Debian, tries to throw the rebound right back at her.
A couple chances either way. Montreal really starting to take it to the net on turnovers in the offensive zone.
Third straight home opening start for Anne-Renee Desbiens, foundational player for the Montreal Victoire. No icing. Allie Simpson, second-year defender. It's taken away by Haley Scamora. Scamora trying to keep it in the slot. Skylar Irving made her PWHL debut, one of 30 players to debut over the weekend.
Another New York turnover.
Have to watch for that. Here comes Irving once more. It's over the blue line. Derek Gregg cuts in front of Maya Nyland Person, who scored the first jailbreak of the season. It was late in the third period, shorthanded, empty netter. Off the end boards, looking for the feed out front for Scamora. They're trying to set her up net front. Haley Scamora looking for her first in a Victoire jersey.
On a player that you think could bring a little bit more offense, just 3 points to the season last year.
That did include a big trade as well, as in comes Irving. Turned aside once more, so early tests here for Kaylee Osborne, now the undisputed starter in New York. Corrine Schroeder went to Seattle. Blue line still kept in the zone, this time LaBelle sends it back, trying to find Dubois. She gets tangled up. Ambrose, patience with Nadeau now once more. Over to Caitlin Willoughby. Willoughby, a third-year player. We got our first penalty of the game.
We'll take a look at the penalty, and Catherine Dubois just gets into this battle. She tries to win those battles. She's a big, strong player. She draws the penalty here as well. It's Kayla Vespa.
And so this is Montreal's first official power play in that they have the player advantage this season. There were coincidental penalties in Boston on Sunday. Poulin takes the face-off. Abby Rock patient, sends it over to Stacy.
On a power play that can be very effective. They had their share of struggles last season. Like you said, no opportunities in game one, despite the fact that they had to kill 6 penalties against Boston. So an opportunity they're looking for.
Oh, and getting in close on Osborne. Another chance, Stacy. The quick touch over to Ambrose. Now Rock, patient against her former team. So back for the captain, Ambrose at the blue line. Down to the hash marks far side. Ambrose, one-timer, gets lost in the shuffle. Osborne able to cover. Maureen Murphy sends it back to Taben. On the blue line now, Murphy walks it in. It's kept just to the outside, now back behind the net. Battle for it. O'Neill out there on the penalty kill unit for the Sirens. Chance for Gosling. Oh! It gets kept out this time. Cole Gosling, another chance on net. Kristen O'Neill takes it away.
And you got to think that's going to be what that unit is looking for. Gosling putting the puck to the net. She's got some traffic in front.
42 seconds remaining on this power play, brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. David and Stacy. Plenty of familiarity here for these Victoire players as Stacy drops it off at the dot. Natalie Mlinkova was out there.
Well, there's an intriguing player to keep your eye on. Tons of skill. Plays with the Czech national team.
University of Vermont. She's got supporters in the crowd. And Renee Desbiens, by the way, reigning goaltender of the year. Has faced one shot so far. We're 5 minutes into this home opener. 3 shots on that power play. But in comes Mlinkova looking for the feed. It's a good penalty kill for the Sirens as they come back. Vespa. Great poke there. Now Scamora brings it back. Kept to the outside. Puts it towards the net. Oh my. Corey Chevry, PWHL's Coach of the Year last season. Montreal regular season champions. Just an incredible run. Still looking for their first win of this season. Out comes Ann Czerkowski. Draft selection for the Sirens. Made her debut in Ottawa.
A team that is absolutely full of draft picks. They took 9 out of that draft.
Zandy Hart, patient. That deflects off Victoire. Oh my, and in comes Fillier. Watch out, that shot in the slot, dangerous. Island person kept it to the outside there for Fillier. Derek Gregg need to get in front of Zandy Hart. Wrapped around. Brings it to a battle in the near corner. Now Taylor Gerard with a hat trick already in this young third season. At just 1 goal last year.
Greg Fargo really happy with the way his third line played. He wants his team to play fast. That line has speed, but just that bring your lunchbox to work kind of attitude where you get pucks in deep, put pucks on net and drive the net.
How about Maddie Wheeler, who's in the mix right now? She's watching on in the far corner, number 18. A rookie with 3 assists in her debut. That's a PWHL record.
And really did a lot of the skill work. Maddie Wheeler, Taylor Gerard driving the net, picking up the garbage goals. So really a nice combination on a line from those 2 players.
Tabin sends it off the backhand down. Played by Osborne. Al Harchi, who had 2 assists in the season opener. Plenty of production from the Sirens. In comes Kelton Kova. First overall pick.
No points in her first game for Kelton Kova, but she was very visible. Big, strong player. She got a wicked one-timer when she can get it off from the flank.
5 shots, 2 hits, and 1 block in that game on Saturday. Out comes Laura Stacey, though. Sends it over to Rock. She looks to shake off New York pressure. Kova along the wall. She is a big body as well, very physical player. Peyton Levis shovels it into the corner. Plenty of back and forth. Poulin working in with Maureen Murphy. Loses an edge. And so it is the Victoire coming out firing 8 shots to 1, but still without a goal here early in the Victoire home opener. The Sirens from a defensive zone draw. Czerkowski pushing the puck forward along the near wall. Darkangelo. Stretch pass just out of reach from Mlinkova. It's a nice setup. Darkangelo takes the shot. Was to grab the rebound. Clutter in the slot. Another chance now. DiGirolamo, former Boston Fleet player. Mlinkova speedy cross-ice feed. Banked off the wall by Fillier. Get it up to her teammates. Now Casey O'Brien, and another chance for O'Brien. My goodness, third overall pick. She certainly had a great debut as well, Becky.
Yeah, she did. You start to see some of the skill in the shot that she has, and that was a nice deception, just to hesitate a little before putting that puck to net.
More patience cleared out of the slot that time, courtesy of Linkova. O'Brien, the 2025 Patty Kazmaier Award winner for top collegiate women's hockey player in the NCAA. Three-time national champion, Wisconsin, and O'Neill. The blue line, Simpson. One-timer. That could have had a nifty bounce. Bourbonnais. Just looking to set up another chance. Right down the slot. Peyton Levis denied by Anne-Renee Desbiens. Oh my! The crowd knows exactly what they just witnessed. Greatness. But Bourbonnais, another chance. That one deflected dangerously. Kelton Kova setting up top of the circles. Positioning herself, looking for a way. Keeps the puck in the offensive zone. O'Neill on the near side. What a sequence for the Sirens.
Everyone went for a line change. Bourbonnais had no outlet with that puck at the point. A couple of really good shifts back-to-back for New York.
Boulier with a nice feed to Stacey, then over to Poulin. Back up this time. The Victoire.
Stacey drives the net on that entry, which opens up that pass back. And she's there, traffic in front.
And patrolling the blue line, there was Maggie Flaherty, two-time Walter Cup champion with Minnesota. Used to wear number 19, now 91. Rock with the feet to Poulin, kicked out. Another chance as they look for it to hold on. There's the whistle. Kaylee Osborne doing all she can to keep it goalless in Laval. With the drawn out Gosling. Patience. The other circle. Ambrose from distance. And Rock on the doorstep. Back now. Stacey once more. Deflected off the skate of Rock that time. They maintain the zone. Glenn with the poke. In the corner. Harchie. Gerard. This is the third line for the Sirens. Top D there. Now Nicole Gosling once more. Ambrose. Ambrose from the point. Just wide. Rock. Patient off the body. This time they score! The Montreal Victoire get their first goal of the season, courtesy of Laura Stacey.
Looks like they may take a look at this one, but this is all starting from a one face-off, which Marie-Philippe Poulin is one of the best face-off players in the league. And then Montreal goes to work, and this is a difficult matchup. You got your third line on the ice for New York against Montreal's top line and top D pair. And you know what? You just throw that puck to net. You never know what's going to happen. Abby Rock turns, fires, knows she can create something despite she's below the goal line as she caught the goaltender just a little bit off the post. Initially fires it up, it bounces out. And it's Laura Stacey who's net front. Laura Stacey who's almost always net front.
Goal is currently under review.
This one just trickles in over the line, barely gets across the line.
Laura Stacey had 11 goals last season. Montreal with 13 shots to 4 here in the opening frame. Just over 8 minutes left.
So just taking a look to see if Laura Stacey kicked this puck. Obviously looking for that distinct kicking motion. She drives the net, comes off that leg. So again, the determination will be a distinct kicking motion.
So back-to-back games for New York in which a first period goal against is no goal at all. We're still 0-0 here in Laval. A little bit of excitement, a potential first goal for the Victoire of the season, courtesy of Laura Stacey. Scamora, though, hungry for it as well. Driving back behind the net now in the far corner. Where Greg gets a touch. Stays in the neutral zone. Scamora with great positioning. 44. Boulier. Hold over there. Now Greg. Goal disallowed because of a kicking motion. And so out come the Sirens as they look to open scoring. Casey O'Brien nearly getting her first. Now Bourbonnais hooks it in from the slot. O'Brien parked in front. Steers into the corner, covered by Desbiens.
We said things were getting spicy early on in this season, and they are as well. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on this play. Haley Scamora is going to go to the box.
Another look here, just the second power play of the season for the Sirens. They were 0 for 1 in Ottawa. Now Fillier led the league last year with 5 power play markers. This power play brought to you by L'Oreal Tiger Towel Paper Towel, power through tough messes.
Well, Jinsey Rose out on the power play for New York, and one of their acquisitions in the summer from Ottawa, and most of the new players on this New York team came out of the draft. Jinsey Rose would be one of those exceptions, a player that you know can bring lots of offense, great quarterback for the power play, especially given that they lost Ella Shelton in the trade to Toronto. So everybody trying to manage the new rosters with expansion with some of the deals that happen in the offseason.
Of course, for Shelton, they got O'Brien and a couple other draft picks as well. GM Pascal Daou coming in with a plan for the Sirens, and by their word, their mantra is absolutely make it to the playoffs. They're already setting their sights on that here, and it's just week 2. Bourbonnais to keep it out of the way for Poulin.
New York's looked really disconnected in this opening period, and here on the power play as well. And Poulin and Stacey get in, and they're wreaking havoc a bit on that forecheck, and it shouldn't necessarily be the case. Quick puck movement, but they don't look like they're on the same page.
New York power play. Let's see what can be done. Christina Keltonkova feeds it to the slot. O'Neill to the far side. Staying at the top of the circle. In comes Fillier. Drops it down to the goal line. Keltonkova back to the point. Nyland Person. Fillier once more, patient. Turkowski, another draft pick. Fillier back to O'Neill. Oh my! Just under 6 minutes left here in the first period. Just under, or rather 25 seconds left in this player advantage for the Sirens. Turkowski looking for a way in. Feeds it back to Nyland Person. Fillier still out there far side. Trying to get some quick passes, just hoping to keep it tape to tape. Now Fillier. Heads up. Takes the shot. Deflected into the netting. Still without a goal here in the Montreal's home opener. All right, across the blue line now. Back to even strength. No shots for the Sirens on that power play. Now 0 for 2 on the season. O'Brien tried to put it back still. Jinsey Rose. Shoots through heavy traffic. Kayla Vespa heads down, and Caitlin Willoughby in the battle in the far wall. Vespa somehow finds Fillier just out of reach. Dubois. Dubois, who has the last goal scored in this building. Turkowski from Clarkson over. Turkowski once more. Caught a piece of the post there. Was sealed off well by Anne-Renee Desbiens. Fillier turns around on a dime. Turkowski. Island Person. Sirens with plenty of time here in the zone. Patience for Keltonkova. Check that Zandy Hart. Now Nyland Person once more. Send it down for Fillier. O'Brien out in front.
Well, it's exactly what Montreal needed. They wanted off the ice. They did not want that matchup, fourth line against New York's top line.
Kowski. So floated down for Kelton-Kova, finds her. To the far corner they go. Ambrose in on the battle. Poulin hands on the pass. And Ambrose does the same. In the neutral zone, Peyton Levis grabs hold. O'Neill as well in the mix. Poulin with a nice pass that time for Stacey. Stacey looks back, takes the shot anyway. Rebound cleared out of the slot. Not quite out of danger. Simpson. Ambrose from the near point. Lost in the slot. 3 minutes left in the first period. Victoire heavily out shooting the Sirens, but New York has had most of the control in the last few minutes. Montreal wins this face-off. Stick by Osborne. Boulier. In the far corner, Kelton-Kova. O'Neill and Simpson. A young team for the New York Sirens, but something that they are really pleased about. The speed, the skill, and more than that, the tenacity. So we'll reset to the right of Davian. Natalie Malinkova. Lays it up for Tabin. Bernard. Oh my, it was off her own skate. Gerard. Over to Maddie Wheeler. She takes down Erin Ambrose.
Ambrose looked like she was trying to initiate that hit. Didn't quite land it.
El Harchi fires. Deflected off Gosling. She looks back and then from distance, stopped short by Haley Scamora. Lays it off the far wall to Skylar Irving. Sandy Hart. Now Gerard. Current leading scorer in the PWHL with those 3 goals.
I bet that's not something she expected to hear.
Here, Greg goes down. That's a tripping call. And the Sirens will pay for that one. Montreal gets their second power play here of the game.
And of course, a reminder that the 4 players that are on the ice have to stay on the ice, a new rule that came in last year.
No escape rule for the team on the PK. Poulin, patient, looks it in front, it's up high, kept out. Ambrose holds the line. Exchanges with Poulin. She walks in to Stacey. Ambrose once more. Can't fire the one-timer, so Gerard. Some relief for the Sirens as that crew of forwards. Well, had some forwards and had some D in the mix there. So we're in the final 30 seconds here of the first period. Montreal strike here towards the end. Last time they met New York, Poulin scored just 11 seconds into the opening frame. Different story here today. Rock. And Ambrose across. Patience with the feed. Rock. Spin move, trying to get it around. Another chance here in the final seconds. Stacey is just wide on the near side. And so the Montreal Victoire will get a chance on the player advantage to start the second period, but no goals through 20 in this home opener. And a great crowd it is here for this third home opener in team history. 2 inaugural 6 teams. New York starting on the road as they have every season. They have won all 3 of their season openers, and they want to spoil another home opener while they're at it. By the way, they'll open things at Prudential on Saturday. Stacey still on the power play. 37 seconds remaining. Poulin and Ambrose exchange. Patience by Rock. Ambrose shoots and scores! On the power play, Erin Ambrose delivers Montreal's first goal of the season.
Well, Erin Ambrose just has a knack for getting pucks through. She's so patient at the top. Natalie Mlinkova standing net front doing a nice job taking away Kaylee Osborne's eyes. Thought maybe she got a touch on this, but looks like this is Erin Ambrose's goal. She's got the head up, and she rips this one. This is a player that has a ton of offensive upside. Power play quarterback. She did not have a goal last year. All of her points came off of assists, so that one's got to feel awfully good.
Absolute scenes in Laval. Place already warmed up from cheering what they thought was the first goal in the first period. But that'll certainly do early here in the second. They make it count quickly on the player advantage, and that is the first power play goal allowed by the Sirens in this third season. Abby Rock picks up her first point, by the way, with the Montreal Victoire with a primary assist. And Poulin has officially recorded 50 points in her career. As she picks up another assist, but a chance here. Cherkowski denied. The loose puck taken away this time by Willoughby.
That's a great response from New York to get right into the offensive zone after giving up a goal and get a scoring chance of their own.
Back is Flaherty. So Montreal, a team that had to deal with 6 penalty kills in their first game. They're able to use special teams to their advantage tonight. Murphy. Flaherty from the point. Flaherty, a player with 2 game-winning goals in her career so far. Tabin. Fans on the shot.
Tabin just looking to sift that one through. She's not able to get it past that first layer of block.
Bourbonnais brings it into the zone. Hartchie. The third line that's been on fire for the Sirens so early in the season.
Hartchie just turns and fires that one to the net. That's an easy save for Desbiens. She's going to take the whistle. Allow her team to get the change, but a couple good opportunities for New York as they respond off after that goal. One too many passes, I think, in front. Try and hit Sarah Fillier net front.
In the Montreal zone, Ambrose getting to work along the end boards. O'Neill. Derek Gregg, the feed. And last year, Ambrose had 6 assists against New York. Or rather, in her career, she has had 6 assists against New York. And now she's got a goal. Patience by Gosling. Sends it into the near corner for Scamora. Working in with Skylar Irving. Irving pushed off the puck. 3rd round pick for the Victoire. On a Northeastern. Rock. Poulin! Kick save! And another chance there as DiGirolamo puts it towards the net. Rock looks back, taken into the boards as Fillier comes out, looking to even the score. Oh, can't get around DiGirolamo. Zandy Hart, defender, looking to make good here. In the slot, Vespa can't capitalize. It's loose, and they score!
Looks like they're going to review this one as well if we hadn't had enough goal reviews. So there's the turnover at the blue line as New York is able to string together a couple nice passes, walk right in. Desbiens got to make 1, 2, and then almost 3 saves. That one comes off the toe. So again, looking for the kicking motion, but Desbiens with a flurry of shots she's got to make the save on before right there, Vespa.
Oh my, so New York, a team
you can see Poulin pointing right away
Absolutely.
and waving that it's no goal.
And you have to remember that just in the first period of this game, Laura Stacey's goal was denied because of a kicking motion, disallowed, I should say.
You got to think Corey Chevry's talking to her team now, and those exits got to be a little more clean.
And just like that, no goal for the Sirens this time.
I don't think the referees' mics are working tonight, Danielle. A good thing we can read lips.
Back to work for New York. Montreal goal happening just 30 seconds into the second period.
Kristen O'Neill has been excellent on the faceoffs in this game tonight. And, we talked about Poulin and Abby Rock being two of the best in the league last year. Kristen O'Neill sat around 59% as well. So, this is a pretty good matchup, the two of them, when they get inside the dot.
She was drafted in the second round in the inaugural draft for Montreal. Familiar face on Team Canada. Now Rock. Kaltmankova fires across ice as they try to move in 2-on-1. Gets thwarted. Poulin quickly sends it up for Rock. Stacey in the slot. Liliane Nadeau. Tabin. Maureen Murphy drives towards the net. Sent back into the neutral zone. That sets up Sarah Fillier as she gets out and scores! Check that. No, it's a save. Oh my.
Well, Sarah Fillier absolutely turns on the Jets, but it looked like Desbiens stayed with her as she cuts across the net front. Not too many people are going to win this race. She's got that quick step, cuts in all alone, goes to the backhand as Desbiens is able to make that right pad save, keep the puck out of the net.
And the Rookie of the Year on a breakaway. Denied by Desbiens. 11th shot of the game for the Sirens. Meanwhile, Montreal looking to extend its lead. Turnover, Czerkowski. For a moment, I thought it was a goal, given almost the entire intake of breath taken by this crowd at Place Belle. As though time stood still. Bourbonnais. Chance breaking out. Let's go, Victoire. Point, Fillier. Bernard looking to send it up for Savannah Norcross.
Bernard, a player getting a second chance here, a second home with New York. She was a healthy scratch quite often with Toronto. Greg Fargo's pretty happy with the way she's played here as well, and thinks she's really taken a stride in her game to a new level.
Norcross with a big hit. It's the puck back to New York. Rose to Zandy Hart. It's in front. Taken around instead by Dubois. Osborne comes out to play it. Zandy Hart, who was ejected in the first period of the season opener, which was her 50th career game at that, so a memorable one for the captain.
Just 16 minutes of penalties all of last season. She took 15 in the first game.
Yeah, not characteristic of Micah Zandy Hart. Flaherty in heavy New York traffic back into the neutral zone. 7 minutes into this middle frame. Power play goal by Erin Ambrose. Get the Victoire on the board for the season.
So much perimeter play right now. Both these teams got to try to get the puck off the wall, find the middle of the ice, and then they'll be able to start to create opportunities. But right now, everything has been along the boards. A little bit of ping pong going on between the two teams. It looks like we got another penalty here. This one's going to Jamie Bourbonnais.
And so Montreal get another chance on the power play. It's how they scored early in the second period. Aaron Ambrose, all smiles at Place Bell. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel. Power through tough messes. Patience from Poulin to Ambrose. To the far circle, Rock. Keeping it away from Archie. Ambrose comes in, and her pass picked off, sent back. So New York's penalty kill unit goes out for a change. Natalie Mlinkova loses the puck in her feet. Out comes Kristen O'Neill. She has scored a jailbreak goal before.
That's a nice long stretch pass from Anne-Renee Desbiens to try to set that up. Don't get much further than the blue line, but nice to have in your toolbox.
Mlinkova working in with Poulin and Stacy here. She sets up down low. That was close. Mlinkova. The point, Ambrose. Rock. The top of the circle. Oh, my. Fires that one down. Mlinkova to Rock once more. Montreal on the power play. Stacy. Ambrose back again, one-timer. Oh, what a block by Sandy Warren, and that could have been something. It's just high by Rock. She wants to add. Stacy once more, her one-timer just wide. They've had so many chances setting up shop here. 5-on-4 and 25 seconds remaining now on this third power play for Montreal.
Poulin's done a nice job on back-to-back power plays, hitting that seam. Montreal just not able to get that shot off. This time Abby Rock, and she's got that one-time opportunity, open net to put it into, and you can't get a solid shot away.
And the New York PK keeping Montreal at bay. Final seconds, it is offside, so just 1 second actually remaining on this 5-on-4. Another power play opportunity here for the Victoire. They're 1 for 3 so far in this game. First marker coming 30 seconds into the second period. No other penalties assessed. The boarding call, despite a little bit of pushing and shoving. No penalties for that. Stacy to Poulin. They cycle through. Poulin off the post. Oh my! Rock on the far side now. Walks in, has to slice through the Sirens. Off her knee is Ambrose, and trying to stop a shorthanded opportunity here. Maddie Wheeler, by the way, the rookie in this penalty kill, and that's what happens with that no escape rule. Our play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Rock out there once more with Stacy. Mlinkova in as well. Levis trying to work it off the wall. O'Neill. Just over a minute into this fourth power play for the Victoire. Team that didn't have any chances on the player advantage in Boston Sunday.
Kristen O'Neill doing a really nice job down low. Just take that puck into the wall, take some time away.
Poulin has Mlinkova. On the near side, it's just out of reach.
They're making a line change and nobody's home. Mlinkova just can't quite get to that rimmed puck. Goes up to the point, nobody's there.
Austin's pass to Rock. First power play goal allowed as well by Kaylee Osborne as the noted starter for New York. Jinsey Rose has to play it into the slot, taken away by Tabin. And that'll do for the power play. Another good penalty kill there for New York, with one shot allowed.
Of course, that one shot was a doozy.
looking to break out here. Emmy Fecto can't get there ahead of Desbiens, but Vespa off the wall, and a bit of a soft touch there on the pad.
It's a smart, quick transition when she knows she's got players to the net. She's going to catch Montreal unaware.
Ellen Person with the rim. Zandihard. Fecto! Oh my! Finds Desbiens. She tracks it. Fecto with a great shot that had eyes at least trying to set something up for her teammates down low. Arcangelo has Greg.
Nearly a turnover.
Oh, and now Maureen Murphy, but she's forced to be patient. Steered into the far wall that time. Ellen Person coming up against big-bodied Catherine Dubois. In comes DiGirolamo. She'll just fire that. Shrugged off by Osborne.
I'll tell you what, this game's starting to have the feel that whoever makes the most turnovers, if someone can capitalize on them, because they have been going either way, the team that can capitalize on those turnovers, I think, is ultimately going to come out victorious in this one.
Gerard trying to send it deep into the Montreal zone. But in comes Amanda Boulier this time. Drops it off for LaBelle, and now a chance for Dubois. Back to the high slot. Boulier fires. Into the far corner, Willoughby. And to steer it back into scoring territory. Here comes Gerard. Levis. Try to get an angle on it. No one home. Greg.
She's throwing it to the net front, but she's got no reinforcement. So sometimes you want to take that puck and just keep it below the goal line for a little longer. Bide some time.
And so another chance on the power play for Montreal, and a couple more chances at that. Still a 1-goal lead for the Victoire at Place Bell. Right now, New York actually shooting Victoire 9-6 in this middle frame. So Montreal with some high-quality chances.
Well, they have on that last power play. That shot, Poulin, and I don't know how Osborne got her foot to it.
Ambrose managed to find Poulin. Gosling to Rock. They set up once more around the perimeter this time. Poulin get to the top of the circle. Gosling. Shots up short, and Stacy trying to wrap it around. Sirens looking for a clean exit here. Casey O'Brien to Fillier.
Pulls that one in just offside. That was top line against top line on that shift. Both teams sort of struggling to create those offensive opportunities. And
well, a neutral zone face-off just outside the Montreal zone. It stayed in Victoire territory for just a moment. Irving find under her feet. Osborne plays the puck. It's a pass Tabin, and then an instant shot towards the net. Stop short. Oh my! Tabin's contact takes down the Sirens. Simpson steers Irving into the far corner. O'Neill looking for a stretch feed. Had Maddie Wheeler there.
Well, Wheeler just took off, looking to see if they can get something started. Maybe that's the way. Start to stretch out the zone, see if you can pull Montreal back and off the line and open up the neutral zone a little bit to create something with speed.
Already 3 assists in her early career. Bernard. New York just looking to get some good scoring chances here. Gerard. Looking for that support from Wheeler. Enough movement to keep the board battle alive. And Linkova looking to break out. Harchi plays it off the wall.
You know, you start to wonder if you're not connecting on some of those passes, if you're not better off just to start throwing pucks to net and keeping it a little bit more simple, especially when you get down to the third line.
Well, Hartsy's going to try. Gerard setting up shop net front as she did in front of Gwyneth Phillips. Another top goaltender in the league. Girolamo cut short along the wall. Island person will play it well deep into the New York zone. In dangerous as well. Murphy tries to make good on that. It's covered up by Kaylee Osborne. A quick swap at the dot there. Dubois takes it, and Ambrose fires once more. And make something happen here for the Victoire. Second goal of the night.
Maybe that's just what you need. Just start blasting pucks on net, see if you can get a garbage goal. And you're looking at a New York team that won a game because of garbage goals. 4-0 against Ottawa, 3 garbage goals.
3 garbage goals and then a shorthanded empty netter. 6-on-4.
Another turnover.
Czerkowski looking in. Zandy Hart puts it on Desbiens. We heard during the first intermission, Casey O'Brien said we got to make Anne-Renee Desbiens move side to side. They haven't really been able to do that. Let's see what O'Brien does now. She tries to keep the puck, can't hold it, and Rock gets it out to Laura Stacey. Stacey drives the net with the pass and a goal! Her 30th goal is her first of season 3. It's a 2-0 lead for the Victoire.
She didn't have much space to put that puck between Osborne and the post. This is a quick transition, and she's got Laura Stacey breaking with speed. She fires that one on the backhand, tape to Poulin. She take that quick check over her shoulder, knew exactly where she was, where she wanted to put that puck. If that's not right on the forehand, you don't have a scoring chance. She throws it tape to tape. Poulin gets a stick on that and finds that space just inside the goal post. Not the 2 players you want on a 2-on-1 if you're New York.
And the lifeline delivers history, by the way, as Poulin becomes the first PWHL player to 30 career goals.
Nice little escape move. Gosling to make that play through the neutral zone.
Bourbonnais sends it around Ambrose. You can just feel it now. Montreal with momentum, and they'll just keep sending it towards the net.
There's a smart play. Erin Ambrose just backing in off the line, recognizing that it's not the time for a bad pinch. It's a 50-50 puck, so she backs off the line. She's done some really nice things offensively, but that was a smart, savvy veteran defensive play.
And so Poulin getting her 50th point on Erin Ambrose's first goal for Montreal this season, and then adds a goal to her career tally, number 30. The crowd reacting to those milestones at Place Belle. Gerard to Bernard. Sirens just down by 2, but in the final 20 seconds of this second period. So goals that started early and then came late here in the middle frame. Levis takes it from the high slot and sent up to the glass this time. A penalty on the way, by the way. Will be a New York power play if they can't score now. With just 2.6 seconds on, or left rather. O'Neill. So Montreal will just keep the puck to close out a successful second period. Both their goals to start scoring in their third campaign. New York will need to dial in. Of course, they've had plenty of third period success against Ottawa. Not necessarily the same against Montreal, but new teams, new season. Let's see what can be done. It's just a 2-goal deficit. And they start on the power play. minute 43. By the way, the in-arena announcement right now is for Poulin's goal towards the end of the second period. This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. O'Neill frees the puck, gets it off the wall. Island person. In comes Fillier. Shrugged off by Desbiens. Rock wins the draw. How many times has New York benefited from that in her first 2 seasons with the Sirens? She's coming at more than 60% last year, taking the bulk of those face-offs. Flaherty tries to get the clear for the Victoire. Rock hones in on Cherkowski.
I think Natalie Malinkova made that call at the blue line. That puck just popped out. She was right there to raise her arm to the officials. They make the call.
Mentioned it in the second intermission, but Natalie Malinkova credited with a tip-in on that first Montreal goal. So what a debut for Natalie Malinkova. Of course, Erin Ambrose with the primary. In comes Kelton-Kova looking to square things up with her Czech teammate. .30 seconds remaining on this New York power play, just their second advantage of the night. O'Brien! Ambrose with the easy block. O'Brien brings it in. Off to Wheeler. Back down, patience here, but time is running out. 10 seconds to go. Wheeler with the feed. Bourbonnais can't corral it. So it's a good penalty kill for the Victoire as out comes DiGirolamo, one of their stronger defenders. Wheeler puts it on Desbiens. Wheeler's hungry for a goal right now.
It's one of those things you want to take advantage when you get that quick power play to get yourself back in. Decent setup, but not a lot of really solid looks on it.
One shot on that power play for the Sirens. New York will open their season Saturday, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and they host the Vancouver Golden Eyes. That's next on their schedule. For the Victoire, they get 13 days off before their next game, a home game, just the way the schedule shakes out. They host the Scepters. Now Nyland Person comes in, takes the shot off the pads. Oh, and LaBelle nearly loses it just in front of Desbiens.
New York with a nice give and go at the blue line to create that opportunity. Nyland Pearson who walks in with the shot.
Dubois looking for Poulin. Poulin with a goal. No assist on that first Victoire tally. Stacy, the far corner, now Poulin. Sirens looking to get on the move here. O'Brien's pass intercepted. So Poulin centering feed to Rock. Of course, to the far side, driven there by Wheeler. Cherkowski flips it to the neutral zone. It's returned right back. Kaylee Osborne has really been facing the pressure in this game. Malinkova, the nice feed and a shot in the glove this time. Maureen Murphy.
Well, it starts with a smart play in the neutral zone just to get that puck in deep, and then they counter once more. Again, the first scoring opportunity for Montreal so far this period, and that's another one-timer. Marie-Philippe Poulin Natalie Malinkova with quick transition through the neutral zone. Nice little skill play, and then dishes that puck outside. And you know, player Montreal fans are getting to know just in her second game. But if you've watched her internationally with the Czech team, she has got a ton of individual skill.
First time New York has trailed this season. Of course, just game 2 on the schedule. First game of the second week, where the other half of the league will have their home openers. It was Minnesota, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Boston starting at home this season. Altunkova throwing a couple big hits down there on the forecheck, and you know, big body player that you know her game's going to transition to this league. Oh, Keltonkova puts it on Desbiens. That pass ends up on a Victoire stick. Murphy to Greg. Greg puts it on Osborne. Across trying to head up the other way. Nyland Person sends it back. Played by Osborne. Watch out, the Victoire buzzing around the net. Clarity to Irving. Derek Gregg. Katie Tabin keeps it in. That was a smart play, Derek Gregg, to drive that puck down low and then turn, fire, and find Tabin. Tabin just didn't handle it well. 6 minutes into the third period, and a save by Osborne. So New York had a power play to start the third, but still looking for their first goal as they trailed by 2 to the hometown Victoire. Now back into the action here for Montreal's home opener, where they lead 2-0. Both goals in the second period. Rock coming in on Zandy Hart. Now Bourbonnais looking up, and she takes a hit. Delivered by the rookie Gosling, already finding her feet. The physicality. We've heard that from a number of players and coaches, that really it's the speed of the game. And of course, getting used to those hits.
The speed and making your decisions quicker with the puck, and I think that's a problem we've seen a little bit in this game, especially on the defensive side, as there's been a lot of turnovers, is making your decision quickly, moving the puck quickly, but that also means supporting the puck quickly.
Well, Montreal was shut out in the season opener, and they're a team that actually hasn't responded well historically. Again, small sample size. Hasn't responded as well after a shutout. They'll usually drop the next game, but this one feels like some solid control. Still plenty of time here for the Sirens if they can get humming, and this is the third line that got all 3 first of 4 goals in Ottawa Saturday.
There's a great race and a great battle by Murphy to get down there. Try to get inside position, negate any possible icing, and then throw a hit.
Allie Simpson taking all of that. In comes Elle Harchie. Harchie looking for her first PWHL goal.
Julia had a little bit of time with that puck in front, didn't recognize it. There was nobody around her when that puck came to her.
Bollier, one of the early trades in the PWHL. Now Fillier able to take the puck back. Passes it off. Jinsey Rose in the neutral zone. Finds Fillier once more. And the new alternate captain makes something happen. Jerkowski trying to get her stick on it. Steered into the boards, and out comes Katie Tabin. This is why she's one of the best defenders in the game. From Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Well, and again, had such a solid season that she got herself an invite with Team Canada, the rivalry series. So speaks volumes for what she's able to have done, and she's going to be relied upon heavily this season with Montreal.
Just over 11 minutes left in the third period. Ambrose sends it down for Stacey. Hasn't depth scoring been the story for the Victoires? Stacey tries to go backhand. Poulin Sandy Hart matched up with number 7. Now Norcross. Down goes an official.
Well, watch out.
Chaos in front of the net here for the Sirens. Can they take advantage off the glass now? Sandy Hart goes down. Vespa's out there. Norcross.
That might have been the biggest hit of the season so far, Danielle, and it was the linesperson that took it on the way into the zone.
Ouch. Kova with a quick touch. As O'Neill coming down the middle of the ice, and she gets pushed over. That'll cost, of course, that'll cost Montreal. DiGirolamo laying that hit on O'Neill. New York 0 for 2 on the power play. Just one shot they've been able to take on the player advantage. And here we come, shorthanded. A jailbreak opportunity for Derek Gregg. And it's saved by Osborne. Oh, my. Getting into it once again. Things got chippy towards the end of the first period. And Christina Kelton-Kova taking some heat.
Well, why not create some rivalries right away this season? And you've seen back-to-back games where that's been the case. Derek Gregg gets a quick break. She comes in trying to get this puck to sit down. She's got to slow down just a little bit to try to settle the puck down, and she's trying to go blocker side, head up. Just can't beat Osborne, who's out at the top of her crease.
Montreal had the most jailbreaks last season, by the way, 4. All of them on home ice, Becky. And in the PWHL, a jailbreak is when you score a shorthanded goal. You get the goal, and of course you get to free your teammate from the penalty box and end the power play opportunity for your opponent. Fillier. The pass taken away. Now Poulin again shorthanded. She looks back. Fires it up high this time.
Poulin read that pass from Fillier and jumped on it.
Good penalty kill here for the Victoire, as Sirens have had no space or time to get a shot through. O'Neill drew the penalty going down. Fillier to Kelton-Kova, and it's stopped by Desbiens.
Garners a little bit of attention net front.
Second round pick for the Sirens, trying to get it through some screens. Another chance here, Rose. 45 seconds remaining on this New York power play, brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Wheeler to O'Brien, and Bourbonnais from up top sets up the Sirens once more, looking for a lane. Wheeler on the near side moves into the high slot this time. One-timer. Oh, it skips by Bourbonnais. Still setting up her team. 15 seconds remaining now. Jinsey Rose, and they get going on the power play. Wheeler, the goal line. O'Brien. Rose walks in, bodies in front. O'Brien once more tries to pass it. And the crowd so happy with another good penalty kill. 3 for 3 on the night. 2 shots by the Sirens that time.
Casey O'Brien just looking to hit Bourbonnais too on the backside. That last sequence just couldn't get the pass through.
Bourbonnais is going to drive the action now, but forced to stay along the outside. Stacy manages to get the pass across to Mlinkova, who opened scoring in this game. A little tip-in. So right now, Mlinkova with the standing game winner if Montreal can hold, but still 7 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. Plenty of time for the Sirens. Can they get going? It's a 2-0 lead for the Victoire at home. Montreal enjoying a 2-goal lead. 7.5 to go here in their third home opener. They split their season series with the Sirens last year. Each team coming away with 3 wins.
There's a nice defensive play to break that up. DiGirolamo.
One person clear the zone. Well,
right now, just under 7 minutes to play. That's not the kind of turnover Montreal needs. Just about to say they're going to need to play a solid defensive game.
O'Brien sends it across ice. Oh my, and Laura Stacey cutting through. That sets up Abby Rock. Abby Rock comes in and scores! The former New York Siren lights the lamp with her first goal as a member of the Montreal Victoire.
Whoa. What a goal. Did she really just do that? The only player in the league that has a Michigan goal. Laura Stacey, great play. Takes a couple hits here to make the play. And she springs Rock. Looks like she's out of space between the legs. And she finds the far side. Chips the puck up. Brings it back to herself. Through the legs. Yep, she still has space to find that far side. What a goal.
Montreal, we think you're going to love Abby Rock. A goal, 2 assists in this game alone. Gets this place fired right up. 8,391 in attendance for this hometown debut for Abby Rock.
You got to think that's one she's been working on in practice. I know the Michigan was. She used to do it all the time at practice.
I said hometown. Home game debut, of course. Yeah, she made history not only with the first Michigan, so far still the only Michigan goal scored in the league, but she's a Michigan native. It was written in the stars. And number 11 is having herself a night at Place Bell.
Well, we talked to Coach Corey Chevry about that line and about how she wanted to give these players another chance to plan a line together. Things didn't work out in the opening game, but they certainly seem to be working out right now. Rock pulls that one between the legs. Doesn't get all of it, but she gets just enough to put it inside that far post. She beats Kaylee Osborne. I would imagine Kaylee Osborne was thinking the same thing everyone else was, which is she's run herself out of space. The only place she had to go with that puck is near post. Puts it through the legs and finds that space on the far post. Just a beauty of a goal for Abby Rock.
So through 2 seasons with New York, Rock had 7 points against Montreal tonight. She's already put 3 points together, battling her former team. I mean, I feel like this is what you dream about, Becky, when you're about to face your former team. You just want to do great work, and she's doing just that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Desbiens stops that one. And of course, frustration just bubbling over here for the Sirens.
Well, that was a good quick shot off that face-off as well. So it didn't come in with a lot of pace, but Desbiens had to be sharp.
Both teams have had penalty trouble. Zandy Hart sends it down, meaning both sides have had chances on the player advantage in this game. Of course, Montreal opened things up with a power play tally. Tipped in by Natalie Mlinkova, then Poulin bookended the second period with a goal, her 30th in her career, 50th career point. And how about Abby Rock helping out on the first 2 and then scoring the third, and a beauty goal for the highlight reel as well. Abby Rock has had a 3-point night before in her career, but that was with New York in Ottawa. Back in February this year, a goal and 2 assists. Best ball on the far wall. The Sirens looking to get going here. Bourbonnais. Oh my, that might have been one of their best looks.
Oh, that was her best look of the period, absolutely. Finds the stick. Desbiens with another nice save.
She has absolutely been leading the Siren squad, trying to get things going from the back end. And there she is again, the top of the circle. Is it towards Desbiens? Boulier sends it up for DiGirolamo. It's a 2-on-1. In comes Laura Stacey to Poulin. It just doesn't connect, but that was a dangerous look from the Montreal top line.
Well, you got a back check coming in hard to take that away. And I think maybe the play that time was to shoot the puck
Historically, 6-on-5s have not benefited the team with the extra player in this league. There's been very few of those goals in the early history of the PWHL. But Casey O'Brien wants to change the narrative. Coming out determined, 6-on-5, empty net. On the other side, Fillier. Oh, and this is dangerous. Natalie Malinkova eyeing the empty net. So Fillier able to thwart that, but Malinkova comes in. Big hit. Peltonkova. On an island person. Fillier once more. Keep their heavy weapons out. Desbiens, though. Abby Rock takes it. Fillier sends it down. 2:40 left in the third. Victoire smothering the Sirens right now. They can't find a way. Spoke to Greg Fargo ahead of their season opener in Ottawa, and he said, of course, one of the big questions is who's going to score other than Sarah Fillier. Now, of course, Taylor Gerard had the answer in their first game, scoring a hat-trick. Island person, an empty netter, shorthanded. Can they do it here? Down goes Al Harchi. Casey O'Brien trying to make something off the backhand. O'Brien once more battling. Jerkowski in the mix, too. Less than 2 minutes to go here. Jinsey Rose trying to find a way, and it's covered.
That's a smart little shot. So they've managed to get a little bit more zone time, put some pucks on net, but not solve Desbiens.
Montreal outshot New York just once last season, and yet they split the series. Fillier collects it on the far wall. We're in the final minute here, so of course people are on their feet at Place Bell, wanting to get this celebration underway. Casey O'Brien. Now Nyland Person, and Poulin has it. Oh my! And it's just wide. And if the score holds, it'll be the first shutout for Montreal against New York. O'Brien sends it across. It's wide once more as Fillier does all she can. Heavily extended time with that empty net, and they cash in! Oh my! Milky Flaherty!
Well, nothing like your first goal in a New Jersey as Maggie Flaherty finds the back of the empty net.
Are you not entertained? That one. We've seen all kinds of empty net goals, but that one is special.
That one's from distance. They don't always connect when you got to go a full 200 feet down the ice.
First win of the season for the Montreal Victoire, and they deliver on home ice. 4-0 over the New York Sirens. A 33 save shutout from Anne-Renee Desbiens. Thanks for joining us inside Place Bell. On behalf of Becky Keller, Rob Pizzo, our entire crew, and the PWHL, I'm Daniela Ponticelli, signing off from Laval.